Today, I am going to be creating a fun Dutch door spread in my creative journal, so stay tuned. Hey guys, I'm Tracy and I want to welcome you back to my channel. I want to thank you all so much for joining me today. And yes, today is going to be a fun one because I'm going to be doing a horizontal Dutch door using these stickers from Martinez Sticker Company. And I think I'm going to do my Dutch door from the bottom up. So that's like a new take. Usually I cut from the top. So we're going to see how this goes. But I was inspired by these stickers and I just have to give it a try. So yes, this is the newest collection from Martinez Sticker Company. This is a nod to her Mexican heritage. They are so pretty. These are printables because I do the printable version. However, these are also available as tangibles, which means she will print them and mail them to you. And if you do get them in tangibles, there are 3 paper options. There's washi paper, there's clear matte, and there's white matte, and then there's clear matte. Yeah, I guess that is true. And I do have a discount code, which I will pop up on the screen. But definitely check down in the description box as well, because sometimes she runs sales and my discount code changes to reflect those sales. You can also follow me over on Instagram to kind of get the latest discount code information on all of that fun stuff. So yeah, I just had to use these. These are so fun. It's nice sometimes to take a break from all of the fun, like fall type things I've been doing too. So yeah, let's chat about which ones I'm going to be using for the Dutch doors, because I might be using some of these others elsewhere. But for the Dutch doors, I'm going to be using these. So here's my thought. I think I want to have this, and then I want this behind it. Then I want this behind that, and then I want this to anchor it. However, I don't want this just at the bottom, just hanging out. So I think it's actually going to be 5 pages, and I'll just kind of cut like a little weave at the bottom to kind of go around that. And at first I pulled these, but I'm thinking with the stripes, I might try to mimic those stripes with solid washi. So I have orange. We have bright pinks. This is all from Live Love Posh. I'm also an affiliate for Live Love Posh. So just always check down in the description box for all of my affiliate links and discount codes. You know, it does help me out, but it also saves you some money. So it's kind of like a win-win, right? That actually looks like that one. And we need a green. We could probably use both greens, actually. Any more. Maybe, I don't think I have a solid black one, but that would be nice if I did, but I don't think I do. And my black washi, I think I would want horizontal stripes, so maybe we'll use something like this to kind of help break it up. I mean, I have fun patterns and stuff too, but I think I want, I think I want the stickers to speak for everything. So what I'm thinking is page 5 will have washi at the bottom. I don't know how many. This will be on top of it. So it'll be washi, then this, then this, then this, then this. Okay. So I'm going to have to start from the back. I'm kind of nervous, y'all. I don't know why. It's just paper, and these are printable, so I can always reprint more. I really can't mess up because, like I said, it's just paper. It's just paper. All right. Which ones do I want to use? I really like this pink. I like this blue. Do we want to do maybe those colors? That could be fun. Okay, so I am speeding this up for a few reasons. One, I am decorating technically a total of 10 pages. It's 5 2-page spreads, and that took a while. It took about an hour and a half, an hour and 40 minutes. And because this is my first time doing a horizontal Dutch door where I cut the bottom of the page as opposed to the top of the page, there was a lot of thinking going on and there was a lot of adjustments being made throughout the project. So I was not doing any talking. I just sat there quietly and created. So we are going to speed it up. We are going to do this as a voiceover, but I will not be talking the entire time. I will probably be throwing on some music and just letting you kind of watch things as they go. So let's chat. The 5th page, as I said, is going to be a washi, but I needed to put these stickers on the 4th page, which is technically going to be the very last Dutch door, down first so I can see how much washi I actually needed. Now, I could have taken these are the black papel or papel picado. I know I'm probably butchering that. I'm so sorry. But I could have taken them all the way down to the bottom. I still would have needed to put something behind it, especially if I decided to cut in between each one like I'm doing now. But I wanted to raise them a little bit because these are typically like hung or strung from like, you know, the ceilings or the walls or something like that. So I wanted them a little elevated. So that is the reason why I decided to raise them up a little bit, cut along the bottom, and then cut in between each one. So what I ended up having to do is put a lot of washi behind it. I probably could have used Tombows or mild liners or some other kind of marker. It would have been super fast. But yeah, I guess I just felt like doing a lot of washi art. Now, while I'm not doing washi art at the moment, I'm just sticking the washi straight down on the page. You will see later on that X-Acto knife was a companion to the washi. I felt like I was doing washi art because I was just putting washi in between stickers for like a good 30 minutes. But we'll get to that later. So I think I probably added about 8 rows of the solid color washi behind it. And I can say I really, really like how that ended up looking. And I'm also glad that I used the black and white striped washi both as the bottom and then again as the top layer to those colorful stripes. Now we're going to get to the second layer, which is the second to last Dutch door. It gets confusing when I'm working from the back to the front, but we'll call this like, I guess it's technically the third, whatever. The next layer that I'm doing are going to be these colorful florals. You will see throughout this, I have to continuously make adjustments to the placement because I want you to be able to see each and every last one of the stickers clear. Like I don't want the sticker that is going to be layered on top of it to obstruct a lot of the sticker. Like I know it's going to be hiding some of the sticker. That's the whole point of doing a Dutch door, to kind of, you know, give a little bit of a layered effect, but I still want you to actually be able to see the sticker behind it. So that's why I do end up making a lot of adjustments. I ended up raising it a lot. And because I end up raising the stickers, that is another reason why I have to add so much washi to this spread. Oh my goodness, I had so many pieces of washi scraps on my desk. They were all over my clothes. They were in my hair. Yes, it was just a really fun day. It was fun. It really was fun. Not getting the washi out of my hair, but it was fun. So as you can see, before I put the washi in between these colorful florals, I needed to see where I was going to put these black and white florals at. So that way I know how much washi I need. So I'm trying to measure. It is very hard to figure out the placement until you actually start cutting. It's just, you can kind of guesstimate. I don't know why I always say guesstimate. I just combine guess and estimate. But you can kind of estimate where you would need to put it. But until you start cutting, you really have no clue. So you will see me adjust things. I will put it down and then I'll raise everything just like a few lines higher, which is what I will do momentarily. So again, I definitely need to cut around a pretty good portion of all of the florals so that way you can get a clear view of the floral that is behind it. And there we go. See, I'm adjusting a couple of rows, I think is what I ended up adjusting it for. And I guess if I had a gyro cut blade, it might have been a little bit easier. That's like the swivel X-Acto knife, but this was fine. My scissors were fine. I do use the X-Acto knife later on. This wasn't very hard, and I don't think I mentioned this previously. The sticker sheets that I ended up using for this spread, they all had symmetrical images. So these were super easy to do Dutch doors. Everything fit perfectly because every single thing was symmetrical. All of the florals were perfectly symmetrical, which was great. Momentarily, you will see the elongated one I'm removing now. After I made the cut, I realized it was not centered between the two florals that were behind it. So I moved it off the page. But because I'm doing a Dutch door and I have a identical floral already on my sticker sheet, I just put it behind it and I stuck the two flowers together at the bottom to, make up for where I cut the page. I hope that makes sense. So yeah, so I was able to fix that. I was able to salvage that. So the basically what I'm doing with the washi. So like I said, I definitely use the colorful washi behind the black and white, and I will continue that trend. Whenever there's a black and white floral, it will be over top of colorful washi. But when there are colorful florals, what I wanted to use was black and white washi, which I don't have very much of. So I used the black and white striped washi, which I already used. And then I did find some black washi that had white diamonds. That washi is so old. It may have come from Happy Planner, but it also may have come from Joanne. I mean, it's got to be like 5 years old now, at least. But I just alternated those two because, like I said, I don't have as much. And I really like that. I like the fact that I didn't use too many different patterns when it came to the black and white washi, and I just stuck to those two and just alternated it. I think it definitely looked really good in the end. So yeah, you will see that that's kind of the pattern that I end up doing throughout. I don't really think there's really much left to say at the moment. So I'm going to kind of go ahead and let you guys watch me finish this part up. I probably will pop in because I will say once I get to the first page of this 5 or 10 page spread, however we want to count that, there was a lot of work that needed to be done. So I will pop back in once I start doing that. And I'm back. So what I did was carried the washi over, and I carried it over from all of the pages because this first page, when it's open, you can see all of the layers. So the washi that was on the very last page of this spread, I guess it's like the 10th page or the 5th page, again, however we're counting. I had to carry that over with the colorful one. And then the black and white one that came from the 4th page of the Dutch door spread, I had to carry that one over as well. So that's basically what I'm doing on this first page, is I'm trying to figure out how to continue all of the patterns over. I could have done something completely different. This wasn't a necessity, but I just thought it would look a little bit better. There is one thing that I end up not carrying over. However, I'm not going to spoil that yet because it will look like I'm going to carry it over, but I changed my mind. This was very, very tough for me, trying to figure out what to do for this first page. Because basically what I'm trying to do is create that Dutch door layered look on one page. So I'm trying to make this single page look multi-dimensional, and it was hard, y'all. It was hard. And trying to figure out what to layer, because I could actually change it a little bit. I could put, you know, the black and white floral behind the colorful floral instead of having it where the black and white floral is on top of the colorful floral as it is on the Dutch door. Like, I have a little bit more leeway when it comes to just sticking stickers on top of each other versus like the Dutch door. You will see, like I said, there's going to be tons of changes. I am definitely struggling when it comes to these colorful papel or papel focados. I just couldn't figure out the best way to do it. And then once I stuck them down, I realized they were the same colors that I had on the other side, and I didn't want that to happen. I think this was getting, you know, toward the end of my creative limit. So I was definitely running into a little bit more issues than I had earlier on in the spread. And like I said, this wasn't even a Dutch door. So this was like one of what should have been one of the simpler pages. It literally was the most difficult page in this entire spread. There was so much cutting in between each of the stickers to fit the washi. It was just a lot, y'all. It was a lot. There was just a lot of changing my mind, making like decorative decisions. I don't even know if that's the correct terminology, but like I said, in the end, I'm really happy with the final product, so it was all worth it. All right, guys, I think that's pretty much it as far as the decorating. I will pop back in when I actually start putting the affirmations as well as the boxes, or I'll be using shapes on the top of the page that, you know, the functional portion of the page. I'll pop back in to actually read the affirmations for you guys in English, but not Spanish, because I don't want to butcher the words. All All right, so now it is time for the functional portion, or to decorate the functional portion of these pages. And instead of just telling you what these affirmations mean, because I think you can read the Spanish affirmation. Obviously, if you know Spanish, then you can read it. If not, you can't. But the English version is tiny. Basically, what Ame did was she put the English translation on the sticker sheet. I just chose to actually include that in my spread, which I'm really glad she did that. But I wanted to put it in there just because I do use this as an affirmations journal. So I do want to write about the affirmations when I'm doing my journaling. So I'm going to pop up the translations on the screen. But like I said, I use this for affirmation journaling. So while I will be adding a lot of decorative stickers up here, I am using the shapes to basically add some elements of interest to the top portion, but keeping it functional. And I want to just say, I think doing the Dutch doors the way I did it by cutting off the bottom, I have so much room still left. I have half a page on the, I guess, shortest Dutch door, largest Dutch door, whatever, like where you cut off most of the page, which is that very first Dutch door. I still have half the page to write in. And sometimes when you do the vertical ones, you don't. You have like a third of the page left. But I still have an entire half of the page to write in. And then once you get to the third Dutch door, I pretty much have 2/3 of the page, and then the fourth I have almost the entire page. So this really didn't take up as much space as I thought it did. So I have plenty of room to write and journal. All right, guys. So I'm just gonna let you kind of watch me stick these functional elements on the page, and then I will pop back in to wrap it all up. All right, guys, there we go. What do you think? This was so much fun. I love the stickers. I personally have not seen stickers like most of this, so I thought it was really, really fun. I have been wanting to try a Dutch door where I cut off the bottom portion for a really, really long time. Typically, you cut from the top, or of course, what we mostly see is you do a vertical Dutch door, but I've really been wanting to do this, and because of these flags, or the papel picado, which I know, I'm sorry, I'm probably like not saying that perfectly, but I felt like that was the perfect opportunity because I wanted it to look like it was hanging. But this turned out so well, and this was the perfect sticker set for my affirmations journal just because of the affirmations in Spanish. I did put the English translation on there because, I'm not good at Spanish, so I wanted to have the translation in there. Maybe I'll learn these. That's what I'll try to do. But let's go ahead and take a quick look. Again, all of the stickers except for the boxes are from Martinez Sticker Company. I will have my discount code and affiliate link down in the description box. They come in printables and tangibles. All of the shapes came from Mojo Jojo. That was black shapes as well as rainbow shapes. I'm not 100% sure if those are available because a lot of her sticker books go out of stock pretty quick. But this was so much fun, y'all. This was like putting a puzzle together. I thoroughly enjoyed the process. It took a while. I will say the washi cutting is probably what took the most time, but I really enjoyed it. It's like sitting down and drawing. I can't draw, so this was my artwork. So taking a little over an hour was actually fine for me because it was my creative time, and I don't really feel like you can put a time limit on that. So I really enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. Maybe it gave you some ideas. If you have been trying Dutch doors, maybe this kind of gave you an idea of trying it from the bottom. Because it works pretty well. I mean, this one is a little, goes a little higher than that, but for the most part, I think it worked really, really well. All right, guys, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch this video. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed it, smash that like button. And if you have yet to subscribe, I hope you will consider subscribing to my channel. That is all I have for now. I hope you have a good rest of your day, evening, or night. Until next time, bye.